YouTube, so I'm back with another video, and this video is concealers that I really like and I use quite often, and I have several of them, and then I'm going to show you a couple that I've purchased that I didn't really like that are still available to you today, so maybe you can decide, you know, whether or not you want to get them. And okay, well, I'll just get started. I did make this video when I started on YouTube back in the end of July, August, and so if you want to take a look back at that video, some of these are the same, actually quite a few of them are the same, but my video skills are quite different, so I think it was kind of funny. I went back and I looked through those, looked through a couple of them, and I'm like, wow, I've really come a long way on YouTube. Okay, so the first one that I absolutely love, and the only thing about this one is it is supposedly been discontinued, but I've still seen these in the grocery stores, so they may be discontinued at like Walmart or Walgreens or CVS or Rite Aid or wherever, but I have still seen these in my local grocery store, so maybe if you do find these and you come across, you might want to grab it up. And that is the Maybelline Dream Mousse Concealer, and you can see I've used quite a bit of this. I absolutely love this concealer. It goes on really smooth. It blends out very well. Once it sets, you can tell it's pretty much set. It goes on like a liquid, and then it kind of dries out to a powder form. This does not get into your fine lines, and it leaves like your skin right here very soft. I absolutely love this, and my color is WF346. I don't know. Cream, this is Cream Light 4-5, and actually when you look at this concealer, it doesn't look like a light color, but it just puts that little bit of brightness underneath my eye, and like I said, I absolutely love that concealer. That's probably my favorite concealer out of all the concealers that I'm going to show you, and like I said, they've discontinued it supposedly, so if you guys come across it, do not hesitate to grab it up. The next one that goes with me everywhere in my makeup travel bag, this one, the Dream Mousse Concealer, sits at home, so if I do my makeup at home, that's what I'm using. If I am using my makeup bag that I take in my purse, I'm using my Mally Cancellation Conditioning Concealer, and my color is a medium, and this has an SPF of 25, whereas the Dream Mousse doesn't have an SPF. This concealer here, a little bit goes a long way, and once you put it on your skin, you want to hurry up and put it in place. You don't want to kind of dab it on and then work with something else. You want to put it on your skin and start working with it, because once it sets, it sets. And this has a bit of a yellowish tinge to it, so what it's going to do is it's going to help brighten up your skin, especially, you know, your under eye circles. And some people do not like it for their under eye area because they're afraid it's going to settle into fine lines, but I have not found that to be a problem. This here is 0.3 ounces, and this sucker is like to here on mine, and it has lasted forever. So I really like this product. You can find it on Mally Cosmetics or MallyBeauty.com, or you can find it on QVC. I happen to get mine in a kit, and I'm so happy that I discovered, or got to discover, this concealer, because like I said, once it sets, it sets. It's not going to move. It brightens up your under eye. It diminishes the appearance of, you know, dark circles, and I love this concealer. Now, like I said, the only drawback of this concealer is that if you don't have it in place, it might dry not the way you want it to, and it does dry very fast on your skin. So, you know, once you get it on, work it in, because, you know, you don't want it to be like a big old glob right here, and then you'd be like, crap, I have a big old glob right here. You know what I mean? Okie dokie. The next one, and this one you can find in the drugstore, is the Neutrogena Mineral Sheers. And this one, what color is it? I don't know, my label's been ripped off. I think it's like medium or something. And this has an SPF of 20, and this here is a cream concealer. These are all, this one is like a liquid concealer, or it looks like a liquid concealer, but it comes out a consistency of cream. This here, this Mineral Sheers kit, has the cream concealer on top, and then it has a setting powder on the bottom. And this one, Actually, this is my second purchase of this. The first one I used it all the way to the rims. I didn't really go through all of my setting powder just because of time constraint. So I really like the actual concealer. But as far as the powder, it worked well. I mean, I don't dislike it. It's just I guess I'm a little bit lazy and I always skip that step. But I absolutely love this. And they say that the powder in this is kind of comparable to, I guess it's Benefit's Powderflage, the one in the little pink bottle or jar. I think that that's kind of comparable to this powder. But the Neutrogena Mineral Sheers, definitely you can still get it, and it's an absolute wonder with covering any blemishes, dark spots, or dark circles underneath your eye. Another one that I purchased that's kind of new to us, maybe it's been out about 4 or 5 months, is the Hard Candy Glamoflage. And mine is in the color tan. Excuse me. The drawback of these, the only drawback of these is that you're limited in your colors. They have light, medium, and tan. And normally I do not pick up tan when I pick up a concealer, but the colors were so light that I went with the darkest of the color range, and that was tan. And this here, a little bit, goes a very long way. I have used it underneath my eyes. I've heard people here on YouTube say, why would you want to use it underneath your eyes? But I really don't have issues with blemishes. I have issues with dark circles and maybe spots or dyspigmentation around my cheeks here. So I have used it, and I have not really noticed, fine line settling. Now that's because, I start out pretty sheer and then I build. So this sucker here, you want to go just with a little bit of dab, a little bitty spot dab on your hand or on your finger, and then work it in, because like I said, this will go a long way. They say that this thing will cover up tattoos. So if this can cover up tattoo, you better believe it's going to cover up your dark circles. And you just don't, you want to go very sheer to prevent the whole fine line settling. The next one is also a concealer, and this came with my Glamoflage, and it's just a pencil concealer. And this is great for getting precise work. Say you want to get in, your folds right here of your mouth, or say you just have a little bit of discoloration. This sucker here is really good for that, and I actually am really happy that it came with it, because I've never had a pencil concealer, and I absolutely love this little pencil concealer. The next one, I've had this one for a very long time. This is probably older than everything on here, but it's usually, it was when I first got into makeup, my mom purchased this for me, and I absolutely used to love it, and I still love it. I just don't go for it as often as I go for the other ones. And that is the Bare Minerals in Bisque. And this here is a powder, a mineral powder form, and you use your mineral or your foundation brush, and you just apply it where you need to. What I did find about this is it doesn't do the job so well for underneath my eyes. I would take it, kind of dab my finger into it, and go like this in order to work it where I need to work it. Whereas a cream or a liquid concealer is going to be perfect at getting right underneath your eyes and just getting everywhere that you need it. This concealer here, it's kind of hit or miss. It's going to do well to do like on the flat part of your skin, but once you get into like where you have like, wrinkles or, just delicate areas, I'm not too keen on it now. I used to love it, but now it's not the first thing I reach for when I reach for a concealer. This will help though give that brightening effect. So the next one I'm going to show you, and the last two I'm actually going to show you, I don't really care for. Actually, I have 3 more. Okay, let me get to this one first. This is the Bare Minerals Well Rested and Bisque Multitasking Face. So this here is the same thing as in this, but it's half of it. And then it also has the Well Rested. So this combination here is really good for those dark circles underneath your eyes. So what you would do is you would put your Bisque Multitasking Face Concealer, and you would put it underneath your eyes. And then to brighten, really give a very big brightening awake effect, then you put your Well Rested. And this here has a yellowish tinge to it, so that's what's going to give you that brightening effect. So this combination here I like better than just using the plain Bisque alone. Now, the last two concealers that I'm going to show you, I don't really care for. And that is the Gellar Banish and Brighten Concealing Luminizer in medium. This here, it reminds me of the Touche Éclat by YSL. Is it YSL? Don't quote me, or don't hold me to it saying the name correctly, but that's what it basically is. It's just a luminizer. It's going to brighten the skin, and it has a really nice cooling effect with this metal applicator, but it's super duper sheer. It does not cover well. It doesn't hide your dark circles well. What I would recommend is using maybe like the Bisque, the powdered concealer, and then putting this on top to give you that brightness. But as a concealer alone, it doesn't do the job. So if you guys happen to see this on QVC, and they're selling it alone now because it came out, this came with a kit, and then they recently put it out by itself, I think in a bigger tube. I don't like it as a concealer. As a brightener, it does okay. As a concealer, no, it doesn't do the job. Now this one here, my last one, is the Sephora Buildable Cover, and this is in medium. And you can see I've barely dug into it because I don't care for it. It's like kind of cream to powder form, and this here, I notice it does settle into fine lines. It just, I don't know how to tell you how I don't like it. It's very powdery. Okay, I'm putting it on my finger. It's very powdery. I guess the main drawback of this is that I would tell you it settles into your fine lines, and that's why I didn't care for it, because I do have fine lines underneath my eye, and it settled into those, so it just kind of brightened or brought out the fine lines instead of concealing them. So that is it. That is my updated concealer routine, or concealers that I love and hate, or love and dislike, I should say. My number one being the Maybelline Dream Mousse. I am definitely going to go purchase a backup of this before they discontinue and nobody's selling it. So if you can find that, definitely get that. Another great drugstore brand is the Neutrogena Mineral Sheers, if you want to go, or the Glamoflage. If you want to go more into your QVC, Ulta, Sephora type, then the Bare Minerals Well Rested is really good, and then the Mally Cancellation Conditioning Concealer is awesome. So I hope this was helpful to you in some way, and don't forget, if you like me, give me a big old thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you have a great weekend. Bye-bye.